Virgo, welcome to your June 2023 monthly reading here. We're just going to go ahead and jump straight in like always. So if you're new to the channel, I do want to recommend that you check your Sun, Moon, Rising, and your Venus sign. You may find that there's messages in those readings. And I will be keeping the spread that I was doing for the end of last month. So a lot of you liked it. I like it as well. So we'll keep it. So if you're newer, this first row is going to be in regards to your career, your ambitions, and your goals that you have at this time. The second row is going to be in regards to your relationships. If I was you, Virgos, I would. Oh my God. If I was you, Virgo, I would just communicate your expectations up front. There's a lot of cunning energy here of game playing, maybe a little bit of emotional manipulation. I can't tell if this is you yet or the person that you're dealing with. And I don't really even think it's coming from a bad place. I just think that you're just trying to maybe gauge something and feel something out, or maybe the person is doing that with you. And I do feel like this row is actually talking about romance here, because usually when I read this row, like I always say, this row is not always about romance in regards to relationships. I'll take a look at all areas, but you got the Knight of Cups for the first card, so you're going to be getting the truth here in regards to relationship. And it's not like, oh, there's a secret and drama type of truth. None of that fucking bullshit. I'm talking about you knowing the answer, you know what I'm saying? Or getting the answer here, or something becoming clear to you, oh, okay. So, all right, let's see. Let's take a look at this last row. This last row is going to be in regards to the messages here from your higher self. All right, let's pull your oracle cards. You got this surrender to the divine full moon here. I'm getting right away intuitively picking up on this card. It's like the releasing of something. If you actually take a look at the Eight of Cups, it's like the full moon type of energy. It's like he's releasing something. He's become consciously aware of something and he's releasing it and deciding to move into a newer direction. And I get that's what's going on possibly in your career. I think there's something here that you become aware of, or with your goals or your ambitions. There's something that you've become aware of, and I feel like you're opening yourself up to further expanding something. Taurus kind of got similar vibes. If you have Taurus placements, I'd watch the Taurus reading. If not, don't worry about it. But I think I think this is releasing, letting go here. And I think this card's really pointing to this first row. The work that you're putting in, though, the work that you will be putting in the month of June does look like there will be prosperity, but I'm going to keep it real with you. It is going to require hard work, right? Seven of Pentacles is when it's slow and steady growth. And it's where we're going to have to be crafty, be smart, figure out how we can improve things, look at things. And it's a process and it takes time to develop. But with the Two of Pentacles, if you work hard and you focus and you cut out extra distractions and all that type of stuff, then I feel like you'll be prosperous here. And also the Two of Cups, I want to say, if you've been looking to start something newer, like a side hustle, or if you want to kind of extend out a little bit with finding another way of income or revenue, I feel like that's very possible for you as well. Yeah, you have this Libra balance card. Some of you may actually have Libra on your chart. I think it's important to tell the truth and be upfront here, especially this is talking about relationships here. Libra is the sign of equality, sensitivity to equality and fairness and relationships and cooperation. And so this is definitely talking about this row, Knight of Cups, Seven of Swords, Ace of Swords here. I think it's important to tell the truth, be upfront, realize that there's karma, right? Because Libra kind of is a karma energy. There's karma, right? If you got bad intentions, or somebody has bad intentions or whatever the case might be, or just realize there needs to be a balance here in your relationships. I think it's important to be upfront here. Virgos are playing their hands, huh? The players. I'm just kidding. But yeah, if there's something you've been wanting to say or address, just I got this for you in the all signs reading that I just did yesterday or 2 days ago. Yeah, it was 2 days ago. Family card. Taurus got the same card. If you don't have Taurus and you're trying to worry about it, some people are like, oh my God, he said Taurus. Now I don't want to watch the Virgo read. So there could be some Well, with this family card, I will say that don't let yourself get taken advantage of. It's interesting. I think Virgos are really like to be of service to people. I think they do enjoy that because they know where things can improve and where they can help, and I think they enjoy doing that. But I will say I think it's I think you need to look at how much you're giving, right? Like there's a need to not get taken advantage of, you know. And that, yeah, so that's what I'm getting with that. It doesn't really feel like negative or anything like that. It's just more so like sometimes you're just like, damn, I just can't help you right now. Or like, you know what I mean? Like, or like, I just can't do that right now. Right. I think it extends outward with family. I don't think it's just family. I think it's people that you're just close to in general that you know. So, yeah. You have this jealousy. It says gossip cat here. I would stay away from pettiness. It's not even worth it. People could be jealous of you for many reasons. I think, for each his own. I think a lot of you are, there's different reasons why people could be jealous, but I would stay away from gossip as well. Seven of Swords is one of those things. One of the things I've come to realize is like when you talk about your relationship problems with people, whether people are consciously trying to do this or unconsciously, they unconsciously or consciously want to sabotage it. I'm not even going to go into all the details, but it's true though. I've seen this so many times. Like when you talk about like your relationship problems with other people, like some people are unconsciously doing it. They don't even know. Right? So I think it's important to like something like that. Just be aware of that. But anyways, let's go ahead and jump in and clarify this read, Virgo. Very interesting. Well, actually, let's talk more about this. About your first row here. Eight of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles here. Like I said, you're venturing out into the unknown. You haven't really settled yet with what it is that you want to do, or you haven't really found like I'm hearing niche, but you haven't found the way you want to particularly do something. It's like it's still something that's developing. And the Two of Pentacles is just telling you to keep working hard and dedicate yourself. That's how the growth and the expansion will come to you. And I know that's like common sense, but sometimes common sense ain't so calm. You know what I mean? Yeah, some of y'all dealing with somebody stubborn. Damn. Or that's y'all being stubborn. What's going on, Virgo? Knight of Cups, Seven of Swords, Ace of Swords in the relationships here. You got love here. I mean, some of you could have a crush on somebody if you're single and you're kind of just like playing playing games, I guess you can say. We kind of all do it. It's just human nature. Others of you, if you're dealing with a relationship, I really just want to say is like, there's just like, I would just, whatever answer you're trying to find within your relationships at this time, or things you're trying to figure out, it's like trying to find a needle in the haystack. A needle in the haystack. Whatever it is that you're trying to find, you're going to be getting your answer here. So, some of y'all are just trying to figure out, what do I say? Right? Like if you're dealing with a relationship and you have something to say, or you want to approach somebody, or just in general, like you just want to say something, you're like, how do I say this? Or what do I say? A Knight of Cups is telling you to come from the heart. Right? Sometimes intuitively people will pick up when you're coming from the heart, and the words really don't matter as much. But that's a fine line, so you know what I mean. The Temperance, Six of Swords, and the Moon card is here. The message here from your guides. I think your guides are wanting you to be open to all experiences, all things here. Like allow yourself to embrace newer types of ideas, people, places, things, to experiment. Because temperance is usually like when we need to experiment a little bit to find the right concoction, right? To find the right balance of things. And then that's when it settles into harmony and joy, right? Because we're in a creating energy, and we figure out how to create, and we figure out we figure out how to create. And the Six of Swords is it's an eclectic energy, right? So being open to new things. And the Moon card is like, there's a lot that you don't know, right? Like Virgos can be picky sometimes, critical. It's just in your DNA. It's just in the archetype. But the Moon card is like, there's a lot of depth to things, and it's wanting you to be open to exploring. And there's going to be a lot of really new experiences for you in the month of June that can be tapped into, harnessed. But it's like whether or not you're willing to venture into those or be open to those experiences. And the one thing that will hold you back would be fear. But there's really nothing to fear. The only thing you're fearing is like unknown or unusual things. And that's normal, honestly. Yeah, so let's clarify. Four of Cups. Yep. Yeah, I think. Let me just pull the rest of these cards here. I think you've walked away from what you're not satisfied with. A lot of you here as well. I am picking up that it's like, I kind of just feel like emotionally, it's like you're just not vibing with something like the way you expected you would want to vibe with something when it comes to your career and your ambitions and your goals. It's like you're trying to come to. You're trying to create something and find what works here, find what you want necessarily. And it's been trying here for you. I feel like it's been testing you. Like, one moment you're up about it, like, yeah, you're optimistic. The next moment it like fluctuates because there's like things that you have, like the reality of a situation comes into play, and you're like, okay, well, damn, this is actually not what I expected, but I can still do what I need to do. But it's just like, I'm just going to have to keep working, or I'm going to have to adjust things here. And I think that's just like a process of trial and error that you're going to be going through, or that you're going through. But it's like sometimes we need that because we need to learn. Like we need to develop our skills, or we need to have certain challenges to help us grow. And so I always look at these types of energies as like, I try to flip it, right? Negatives into positives. And I feel like if you can, Justice card, understanding the law of balance and karma, flip negatives into positives, then I feel like you can make the changes here. I'm not saying you're going to be rich and prosperous overnight and everything's going to be booming, but the Two of Pentacles there's steady growth, and you grow more and more when you work harder and harder. So let's take a look at your relationships. Five of Pentacles, Knight of Cups here. Judgment, Seven of Swords. Now, some of you, this is a reconciliation. I knew it. Some of y'all, this is a reconciliation coming through in your relationships. When I say reconciliation, let's just like open our minds here a little bit. If you're single, a reconciliation is with a person to get back with them or talk to them again, or be open to having a relationship with them again, right? If you're in a relationship, a reconciliation is addressing an issue that needs to be addressed. So that way, if there was something that wasn't fully addressed in the past and it's been brought up over and over and it's become a problem over and over, and you feel like you're walking on eggshells in the relationship or your relationships, and it's not just love, it's in all areas of your life, and you feel like you don't know, you got to walk on eggshells, there's the need to address something. And if that can't be addressed, and if you can't get to the core and find the issue, then it's about understanding, like, you have to make your own decision from there. But if you're just avoiding a decision because you're afraid with the Judgment card, then that's only going to create more problems in the future. So I feel like with this Judgment, Ace of Swords, Six of Cups, I feel like it's important to communicate the raw truth, right? Six of Cups, Sun in Scorpio. What is Scorpio? Scorpio is raw truth. The core of the onion. Judgment, Scorpio, or Judgment is also Scorpio, but it's Pluto. The core. We have to get to the core of an issue, address things so we can transform them. And we can't move forward unless we do that. Either way, I feel like it's turning out in your favor anyways. Ace of Swords, Six of Cups. You're able to make peace with an issue. Ten of Cups here, Temperance here, Knight of Wands, Six of Swords, and you have the Six of Wands and the Moon card. Some of you fear success, huh? Let's take a look at this. Damn, some of you, you know, I am kind of getting like, I think Libra got a similar energy in the all signs that I just did live. So if you go to the channel, go to the live tab. It's the most recent one. Like, I feel like your guides or your higher self is like wanting you to see the goodness in life, see the richness in life. Because I feel like you've kind of been in an energy of like fight or flight or like survival mode to the point to where it's like whenever you start to feel like positive and vibrant and full of energy, it's like the Moon card comes in. There's like a subtle vibration, like an underlying vibration and the underlying emotion or energy of fear. But it's interesting too, because when you actually start to evolve, and I ain't trying to go a preacher mode on you, but I think this can shed some light. It's like when you actually start to progress in your life and you become happier and happier, like just think about like the sun, right? The sun, even in the tarot, is like happiness, positivity, your spirit, your joy. And if we think about the obstacles that we face and the restrictions that we face, it's Saturn, right? And the rings of Saturn represent that restriction, right? So whenever you're expanding your spirit, expanding your happiness, you're pushing against the rings of Saturn. I'm talking to metaphors, by the way, of restrictions, of limitations. And it's like you're expanding outward and you're pushing past the limitations. Your joy's heightening. Your you know, things are going good. And then it's like, we're not used to being out here, or maybe we were out here before and it's been a while and then we're back out here. And then the other relationship to think about is the literal moon, which is the moon is here. And the Moon card represents how you deal with emotion, how you're able to make adjustments so you don't repress, right? And I just made a video about this on my channel, and this is why I love humanistic astrology, because it's the truth. And so I think there's an energy here to understand that it's natural to feel fear or uneasiness when things actually are good, right? Because sometimes we would look for the problems. Oh, it's only a matter of time for this happens and for that happens, and if you're just going to attract that. So, you know, I think it's important for you to understand that it's a process. Yes, emotions are going to fluctuate, but it's about how you preserve the hard work that you've done in your life and where you're at this point, and understanding like the only way you'll regress is if you let yourself regress. So that's what I got, Virgo. I appreciate you. And if you want to book a personal reading with me, the link's down below in the description. I would love to do that. We can answer any question that you have and go more in depth there. Also, feel free to subscribe to the channel. You can follow me on the social medias down below. And yeah, if this video resonated, be sure to hit that like button, and I will talk to y'all later.